Go. 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 We're closed today, so don't bother me. I'm not here to buy anything. Rare visitor. Did you sell the magic of summoning monsters to someone? It's strange that most people can't control you. I heard you recently. Hee hee, is it possible? Was the princess attacked by a monster? Who was sold to? When I do business, I always have enough money. Don't ask about anything else. Call out. I inherited half of the witch's power. If you fight me, you may not know who will suffer. Think clearly. Either tell me or I'll take your cat away. Mum, how despicable. No need for you to break the rules. There are so many props in your store, but there is always one I can use. I buy from you, and you still do business. This number. Plus help me tame the cat. All right. Take it. This is good stuff. Albert's house. I can't concentrate on my work with you like this. Just don't pay attention to me. Every time I attend a banquet, I will take 3 layers of insurance. First of all, take Fry with you to prevent assassinations and magical attacks. Next, drink the antidote to prevent poisoning, but it can only be detoxified once. Finally, apply magic to yourself to prevent your body from being manipulated after losing consciousness. The magic needs to be interrupted every half hour by me casting a spell. 30 minutes. 31 minutes. Otherwise, I'll start to have electricity in my body. When I am charged, if someone comes into physical contact with me. 31 minutes. Will trigger an electric shock. After being shocked, a 6-pointed star pattern will be left on the opponent's body. I myself will regain my sanity and break the spell, although I couldn't wake up that night, but the magic should be working. Where did the 6-pointed star pattern stay? Snapped. We all agreed to start over. It's too illegal for you to do this. Okay, I won't bother you anymore. Now that things are developing just right, I might as well ask him what happened that night in a few days. Do you really not need my help in investigating the assassin's origin? Need not. Just deal with the follow-up matters of the circulation of psychedelic drugs. Can't take my eyes off. Just hold me for a second. Being assassinated after losing power will be a bad sign for me. Remember to help me suppress this matter. The man who claimed that folk magicians were addicted to alcohol. Good. Then take advantage of the trend to the assassination of the princess. Long history. The princess was kidnapped by monsters to protect the common people. Further increase my reputation. I went to work. Reluctant to leave. See you at dinner. Middle. I have something to tell you then. Blessing. It's time to seriously discuss our marriage with Albert. In order to lift the curse as soon as possible, it is best to keep everything simple at the wedding. Albert? Did you forget to take something? Miss Betty? I remember you belonged to the Earl. Lover. She has the same name as my maid Betty, so I remember it after seeing it once. Baroness Betty, one of Albert's many lovers. Is the child the Earl's? I thought this lecher could have some sense of control. After all, I still overestimated him. Go look for it over there. Shock. Come first. I heard that there is a well-guarded room in the Earl's palace. It must be just to lock you up. The Count wanted to protect me and allow me to give birth safely. Bet your youth and life on a libertine. Think again if it's worth it. I'll order someone to escort you home later. The Count said he would be responsible for me and the child. I should marry you immediately. Why go to all the trouble to hide you? If your Highness doesn't love him, can you give him back to me? There is no cure. We saw her enter His Highness' room. Hey you. Betty, how are you? Rushed to. It was just an accident, Earl, please don't blame me. Betty is pregnant. How could you push her? Tixifu, you are injured. Count, I am afraid. Don't be afraid, I'm by your side. Aazim. Your Highness, is this what you mean by, no protection required for these 2 days? Who did it? Miss Betty fell down just now and I didn't have time to pull her up. She also accidentally scratched me, and it was fine. Take the Count aside, Zeman. I'll use healing magic to help Miss Betty. Squat down. Loading rice. For the sake of my children, I won't care about it this time. Your Highness. Empty. If it happens again, just go to hell with the child in your belly. That's it. Betty. In a hurry. Passing by. I'll explain it to you later. After all, that person is pregnant, so your Highness should stay away from her. How? Do you also think I pushed her? His Highness is ruthless and has a bad temper. If I really wanted to touch her, I'm afraid she would have died long ago. I'm worried that she will go to extremes to frame His Highness again. Wipe carefully. Then His Highness will scratch himself again. Isn't this the handkerchief I gave you? Don't worry, Your Highness. The medicine was also given by Your Highness. I almost forgot her nature. No more. Do you always have the medicine with you? Then why didn't you use it when you were injured in the forest? I lost a drop of life energy in vain. Because it was just a minor injury at the time, there was no need for such precious medicine. Look, I'm getting angry again for no reason. Never mind. Let you investigate the mastermind behind my assassination. How have you been checking in the past 2 days? I was just about to come and tell His Highness. The mastermind behind the assassination of His Highness has been found. Spending 200,000 gold coins to buy a compass? Grasp. What you do? D. Crane. This is. Dressed as a woman and assassinated. Your Highness's assassin has a box of money at home. A compass can use a line as a guide. Find everyone who has touched that mauve. Good stuff indeed. Can it be used on other objects? Cannot. Decisive. Who did you buy it from? Can't say. 200,000 gold coins one-time props. There are hundreds of people who have touched money. It took me nearly half a month to find the source, but this source himself and his family members have no enmity with the princess. The only one in his circle who has an interest in the princess. Only his secret employer. Chancellor Paris. Paris. Joshua's #1 advocate. Found any conclusive evidence? Unfortunately, the evidence all points to the Count. Without this compass, I can only trace the Count. It is a good thing for Your Highness to be close to the people, but you must also pay attention to maintaining your dignity. You might as well focus more on the national finances. Paris supports Joshua. Steamed Bun Bayazin. But he was not a submissive person to Joshua. It doesn't matter whether the mastermind is Joshua or not. What matters is that Paris made a move on me. So His Highness plans to get rid of Paris first. It would be a pity to kill such a thoughtful person like Paris. Of course it's a way to catch him. For my use. I said it right, the worker gave birth to a child and was not allowed to go anywhere. Is the Earl going to abandon me and the child for the princess? Of course not. Then why did the Count look at her like that? Princess, she clearly pushed me, but you still only care about her. You are too tired. What I want to say to you during dinner. There is no need to say it anymore. I heard that Paris murdered his mother. Put her in a dungeon. Frenzied. Horrible. Already have a look. Duke Charles and Paris are distant relatives. I thought my aunt knew more about Paris than I did. It seems that this is just a rumor. Today is the birthday of Paris's wife and daughter, Helen. Charles went to Helen's birthday party every year. The Duke passed away unfortunately. Should my aunt go celebrate Helen's mother and daughter's birthday in his place? What you up to? I want to go with my aunt. Aren't you and Paris political enemies? Forget it, I don't want to know. Lend me your scepter for fun and I'll take you there. Call out. Except for my aunt, the entire East Empire. Probably no one dares to say such a thing. Go and change your armor so as not to scare the minister's daughter. Obey. I can take you to change clothes. No need. Since my aunt is so interested in Fry, it is better to investigate his origin carefully. Get out of here. Don't block me. Madam, Her Royal Highness the Princess and the Duchess came to visit. Princess? Helen, the minister's wife. What is the princess doing here? I feel pity for losing my position as crown prince. Minister's cousin. Minister cousin. But the matter of Earl Baker's house being ransacked. Just rumors. The princess is as ugly as Alice. The minister's cousin John is 6 years old. The minister's daughter Alice is 7 years old. It seems that I am not popular with the children. Madam, you won't blame me for coming uninvited, right? Why didn't Helen say anything but ordered the servant to invite the princess in? That's right, we should go and greet them in person. How dare you hit His Highness? There are no rules at all. Don't worry about anything. Huh? What about Paris? Looking around. He is busy with official duties and is not at home. He didn't even come back for his wife's and daughter's birthdays. He was really a busy man. It's not surprising that Paris has a bad relationship with his wife and daughter. It's windy outside, Your Highness. Please go to the rest room to rest for a while. No need to make a special trip to. Take His Highness and Madam over. I'll be there soon. Interrupt. Illusion? Always feel extra. Cold? Feeling cold? Strange to say, their family follows them all year round. Like an ice cellar. Fry, did you notice anything strange? There is an ominous atmosphere. But it's hard to describe. Your Highness, can I come in? This child just bumped into His Highness, so he wanted to apologize to His Highness. Alice is always clumsy. Your Highness, yes, I'm sorry. Be careful. Oops. Tixifu, be careful. Hold on. Puff. Metaphor. Light. I obviously didn't do anything, what's wrong? Twine. Did you know that offending me is a capital offense? It's Alice. Is her. It's not me. Well. Still unrepentant? Your Highness, John is just a child. Yeah. The child is young and ignorant, please spare him a life, Your Highness. You are right, it is wrong to punish children like this. Thank you for your kindness, Your Highness. Either you and your family of 3 will be demoted to common people, or lose one of the child's arms and legs. It's up to you to choose. Are you kidding, Your Highness? Baker also thought at the time that I was just joking. If you don't choose, I just randomly picked a punishment myself. You see, your parents really love you. They are teaching you to take responsibility for yourself. It's not like you can't live without losing your limbs. And if we all become poor, you will also have to endure hardship in the future. You 2 liars. You don't love me at all. I'm going to chop off your hands and feet too. Could it be that the 2 children soiled His Highness's skirt? His Highness's dress appears to have been made by a seamstress I am familiar with. The pattern you are looking for already exists. Whisper. I'll send someone to pay for a new one another day. The child is at fault. Draw out. The lady should not be solely responsible. I'll take Alice away for a few days to educate her. When Lord Paris is free, you 2 can come together to pick her up again. Whenever I am ready to forget you, you always come to mess with me. You are as always. I remember you saved Helen before, now she's standing up for her children. Tixifu, why didn't you save me in the first place? When my aunt was raped by the Duke, I'm only about Alice's age. The East Empire is different from other countries. Divorce is not an option. I really can't stay with him anymore. Father, please save me. Whenever you say you want to leave your partner, do you want your family to be stigmatized? We'll be shamed by everyone. Since I married into the Duke's family. You are a member of the Duke's family in life, and you will be a ghost of the Duke's family in death. In addition, women cannot inherit titles. Auntie can always. It's the Duchess. Okay, don't say that again. The princess is still there. I just felt pity for my aunt at that time. Later, what happened to my sister? After it happened, I just realized that I was one of them. Don't listen to them. Please ask Aunt to take care of Alice. Tixifu, aren't you going to take a carriage? Stop. Who allowed you to leave? Doesn't His Highness want to ride this horse? Mount your horse. Have no choice. Your Highness, those flying in the sky are geese, not crows. I didn't expect you to still be afraid of crows. Why is your Highness afraid of crows? If you promise to go on a date with me, I will tell you. Aunt, Fry wouldn't do it just to know such a thing. Okay, I agree. Ahem, I didn't expect Fry to agree. There is no need to look at my face about the deal between Aunt and Fry. What did I say? But I swear I've never mentioned it to anyone else before. When Tisif was a child. Been kidnapped. Royal Night citywide search. I asked her to apply it. Empire. You go over there and have a look. Be careful. Strange, why are there so many crows at the mouth of the well? Did not expect. In the end, he died in the wild. And I came to her. The little princess is at the bottom of the well. Quick. Please help. Where's the cloak? Get the cloak quickly. Your Highness. Do not touch me. They said she was barefoot. Legs stained with blood. His face is paler than the snow in midwinter. The prisoner seems to have frozen to death. As if. Just returned from hell. He died 3 days ago. However, he didn't freeze to death. Tisif was only 10 years old at the time. She stayed at the bottom of the well with the prisoner's body for 3 full days. After returning to the palace, she never said anything about the incident. Why don't you tell me what happened? That night, a strange thing happened in the royal city. Looks like a crow. They all fell down. I happened to bump into the culprit. The crows are also looking forward to my death. Sister, all the crows have disappeared. Just like Tixifu's healing magic cannot heal herself. The crows are also looking forward to my death. From now on, there will never be another crow in the royal city. Although Joshua has powerful magic. But every time he uses magic, all will be counterattacked. Although Joshua has a different mother than you, he is still not bad to you. My father always said that my brother looked like him. My father shielded my sister's murderer. Joshua may have been the mastermind behind my assassination. Royal Palace. The Duchess has returned home, follow every step. Alice was also taken to rest by the maid. What's more, it's already time for shift change. What else are you doing with me? Prisoner. Was it killed by His Highness? Don't you already have the answer in your heart? Cover. Fry, you are getting more and more presumptuous. There is a crow in the tree. Play. Its wings had been smashed by someone, so it was very timid. Move away. When we meet for the first time, Your Highness, please give it whatever you want. Let it go. It will only leave if Your Highness gives it something. Calm. Give it an earring and let it go. Is this again? Return gift. You deliberately ordered it to tease me. From now on, His Highness will hold the gem and recite the incantation. The crow will help His Highness deliver the message to me. Or take me to His Highness. Whenever I see it again from now on, I will think of you acting recklessly and making me angry all day long. So, can it replace those cruel memories? It's been 3 days, and Paris still hasn't come to pick up Alice. There was no movement from Albert either. Why are you so far away from me? As a result, he started to feel dazed again. What happened to him? 1. You must be sick, right? My forehead feels so hot. My face is also very hot. It's His Highness's palms that are burning. Now you would lie to me. You've been acting strange these days. What's the reason? Your Highness, Your Excellency, Paris wishes to see you. Maid. Ask him to meet me in the study. Saw the princess. Chancellor Paris, you don't need to be polite. How much has Alice been disturbing these days? I will strictly discipline her when I go back. Why are you leaving in such a hurry as soon as you arrive? I have something else to ask you. Across the ocean, Creole has rapidly expanded its territory in recent years. Istrian Empire. Pujra Empire. People in the coastal countries are panicked. Creole Empire. Neighboring Pujra has long wanted to form an alliance with us. Pugalati. Crossing the ocean to attack Cleo. The emperor of the neighboring country was cruel and arrogant, and he always looked at the East Empire. Why don't we take the initiative and annex our neighboring countries? This way Cleo has nothing to fear. The national strength of our neighboring countries is comparable to ours. Waging a war may not guarantee victory. As expected, Paris is extremely ambitious. Because of this, your service to the country is even more needed. Let you manage the finances to the end. If I ascend the throne, you will be the Prime Minister. I cannot agree with the princess's proposal. I believe in His Majesty's decision. Whether it is insisting not to start a war, it is better to choose His Highness Joshua as the heir to the throne. So, to get rid of me, you just listen to someone's words? What does princess mean? Are you thinking that I can't have evidence? Look, this is your handwriting that you didn't have time to destroy. Letter. Want to meet a witness? The princess is determined to slander me? I'm just speaking with evidence. So now. Your Excellency, may you reconsider my. People will be disappointed when they find out, just because Alice accidentally soiled the princess's dress. Get closer. The princess took her away and tortured her into a state of disgrace. The princess is really vicious-hearted. The princess can make perjury, and so can I. This lunatic actually threatened me with his own daughter. Why don't you let me see her? His Royal Highness is meeting with the Chancellor of the Exchequer. Paris? How could he come? Muttering. Paris is suspected of assassinating her. Can something happen? However, they did spend a lot of time alone. Step aside. Lord Fry, is it really okay to let the Count pass? Paris, what are you doing to her? I asked, what are you doing? Albert would choose a time to come. Just use Paris to give him some stimulation. Earl, please let go. Where are the Frays? I heard that the Count has always been very popular with ladies in the circle. I didn't expect that I couldn't even maintain a basic demeanor. Your Excellency, as a married man, has done such a transgressive act toward His Highness. Could it be another act of decency? Your Highness, Lord Paris is my guest. Is the Count trying to embarrass me? What happened to your hand? I remember Helen said some strange things. The pattern I'm looking for. Is it a 6-pointed star? Helen hinted to me that Paris deliberately covered the hexagram with burn scars. Princess, please allow me to take Alice home. Paris touched me that night. What happened? What happened to Albert? If you dare to let people in easily again, I will never let you in lightly. Obey. Now stand down. Why are you and Paris like that? Back away. Betty is pregnant with your child. Paris is not pregnant with my child. Take off your clothes. Why all of a sudden? Are you going to take it off? Still not taking it off. Forbearance. I take it off. Invitation card. My road to seizing the throne is inseparable from your support. I want to express this to you. Let's start. Take off. Take it off, finish it. Continue. Take it off yet? I don't know how many women have taken off their clothes before. Go. Why do you look like you were forced now? No. Can you please stop? Me ping ping m. Albert actually doesn't have a six-pointed star on his body. Tisif. If you want people to see you naked, just chase them out. Your Highness. Don't worry about Albert, he can just stay in the palace if he wants. Invite the minister's wife to come to the palace for tea tomorrow. Obey. Helen gave me a hint. We need to find out what else she knows. What purpose? Royal meeting room. Neighboring countries actually asked for the border area between the two countries, which belongs to East. Jiaogua's mining rights. Reject neighboring countries. Be careful to avoid unnecessary disputes. Neighboring countries have always made progress, today it is a mine. Maybe the princess will be forced to marry tomorrow. Stop writing. It is not the neighboring country's turn to decide the marriage of the princess of the East Empire, so you are overly worried. What if both the princess and the majesty agree to her marrying to a neighboring country? When His Highness leads the empire to become the only overlord on the continent, even if you marry a princess as wife. Shut up, she is the imperial princess and my only sister. Who do you think I am? He clearly has impure thoughts towards his sister, but he doesn't even dare to admit it. Besides, I will never let the empire fall into war easily. You'd better be careful what you say and do. His Highness said so. Does he really want to adhere to His Majesty's concept of peace? The cunning woman wavered. There is no need to say any polite words. Oh, as long as your Highness agrees to my 3 conditions, I will obey your Highness from now on. Madam, tell me. The first condition, let me get a divorce. It was expected. I promise. What about the second condition? Let women have the same inheritance rights as men. Whether I ascend the throne or not. I will abolish the no divorce and only men have the right to inherit laws in the Eastern Empire. Cardi taste. Your Highness. Your Highness must look at me. Get closer. The third condition. Separate. A kiss.